So the presentation is called Coming Through Clearly in a Noisy World. And I chose that as a title because I feel like when we say something about advertising or marketing in our field, there's a lot of negative connotations that come around that. Because the world that we live in is becoming increasingly noisy. You can't go anywhere without being bombarded with billboards and flashing lights and commercials, and we think of irritating television jingles and that sort of thing when we think of advertising. But really what I want to convey and what I want to explain to everybody there is that marketing can be something as simple as providing the information that people want. And I feel like our role as practitioners has really shifted and changed in the last even 10 years, because it used to be that when people had questions about their health or concerns about their health, they would go seek an expert for information. And we were purveyors of information mostly, right? If somebody didn't know what was going on with them, they didn't know what vitamins they should take, they didn't know why they were having back pain, whatever, they would go see either their doctor or a natural health specialist. But increasingly what I find is that as soon as people have a question about their health, they don't turn to me first, they turn to Google, right? And so, most of the time you're telling people, stop Googling your symptoms. Really, people have information. Lack of information isn't the problem for people anymore. They have surplus of information. So you have to give them a different reason to talk to you specifically. And I feel like that's where who you are and what your story is and your personal experience, that's when those become your major assets. Because anyone can find out information about anything cheap and quick now, right? But when they come to you, it's to experience your energy and your touch and what you have to offer. And so in order for that to work, you need to be putting out into the world clearly what those things are. And that's another one of the reasons why I feel like there doesn't ever need to be any competition between practitioners, because your story and your experience and your energy are unique to you, right? And that's not something that anybody else has. And they're going to draw in a certain audience of people. So in this presentation, we're talking a lot about that and about how to find your story, right? Who do you want to work with? What are your values in business that make you unique? And then how do you take that and convey what we would call a personal brand out of it, right? So that people have an automatic picture in their head of who you are and what you stand for and why they would choose to work with you out of all of the people out there. And so I feel like we have a lot of time together at the conference in Kansas City, so we actually get to kind of get into the nitty-gritty of it a little bit, so that when you leave there, you have a bit of a plan. And that's going to help you to go from wherever you are in your Touch for Health or kinesiology business, whether that's just starting out and trying to just get a name out there, or whether that's going from somebody who works 1 or 2 days a week to a more full-time, or whether that's transitioning into consulting and mentoring other practitioners and instructors. You have a bit of a plan that's going to help you to get there. And that's what I'm really excited about right now.